And we're waiting for a signal from the Batcave. Come on, YouTube. Anytime now. There we go. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to another Reality Scoot Gamers Jedi Academy on a Saturday morning. My goodness gracious and gravy. It's really early. Yeah, and we do this all the time where this is a Q&A show, baby. It's all about Star Wars Galaxy Heroes, and we're here with you for the next 2 hours answering all your questions about Star Wars Galaxy Heroes, and our goal is always to have as many content creators and guests on as we can to answer your questions about the game, to give you their insights, opinions, and ideas and things about whatever's happening in the game at the moment. I'm your host, Ranger J 1999. If you're new to the show, welcome aboard. Make sure you hit that thumbs up, subscribe. You hear us all say it all the time, but it does support the channel. It does help us keep the content going that you guys like. So if you like the content, hit the thumbs up. If you want to get notifications, subscribe so you can get those notifications. And when we're doing our live streams, we do a lot of live streams. If you'd like to support the channel in other ways, you become a Patreon sponsor. It's linked in the description below. $5 a month. It really helps. You know, it costs some money to do streaming, and it costs money to do things. So if you'd like to support the channel, just $5 a month, become a Patreon sponsor. It's very much appreciated, and we appreciate everybody that is a Patreon sponsor. That being said, it's the Jedi Academy. This is a Q&A show, and it's pretty simple. If you have a question for myself or the panel, which I will introduce here momentarily, all you need to do is put your question into the chat. It behooves you to get your questions in sooner rather than later. Not that, but we've had instances hell where we've gone even an extra hour and still not got to all the questions. It's rare, but it does happen. So if you like your question answered, get it in sooner rather than later. Now, when you do put your question in, there is a format so I can scoop it up. So I'm scooping up question. I use Nightbot as my filtering tool, and I use a filtering word, and it's pretty simple. It's the actual word question. So if you have a question, make sure you put the word question for your actual question statement. That helps me scoop it up. That helps me identify it. I'm able to see it. And, you know, sometimes things happen with either YouTube or Nightbot. Maybe your question doesn't get hit, or we missed it. Hey, listen, we might answer your question through another person, but if we missed your question or, you know, whatever, just put it in again. It's okay. You can put the same question in. Just say question. I'm putting this in again, blah, blah, blah. And then there you go. Yes, Buzzsaw, you cheeky bugger. He says question. Is this a good example of a question? Yes, you turd muffin. That's exact, but that actually is a good format there. So I'm giving us all a little elbow, but you know, it's what we do here. All right. That being said, let's introduce the panel. First off, my top left here on the screen, we've got the Country Viking. Big Country Mags is in the hizzy.
Skull, everyone. How's it going?
Skull indeed. Secret knife attack. All right. How are you this morning, sir?
Not too bad. Get my coffee in and
get that coffee in, baby.
Chilling out until tomorrow.
Yeah. Oh boy. Drink your coffee. Live your life. Get the caffeine flowing nicely. Someone who's not drinking coffee because it's not early in the morning and is our favorite Scotsman up in the Highlands of Scotland. We've got the Sunfly himself, Aldera Sunfly.
How do you do?
Howdy.
Welcome. Thank you for having me. Yeah, good. Yeah, enjoying a beer. Chin, everybody.
That's too early for me for that shit. All right. So the thing is that as soon as we get done with this stream today, I'm going to be immediately going over to Aldis's channel on Twitch, and then we'll pimp that at the end of the stream when we get done with this one, and we are going to remod him. I'm going to teach him the ways of the Force so that he can get his account in order. Let's get his team squared away. I've done it for a lot of content creators and other people. I do remodding. If you would like me to remod your account, I work on the cheap. I'm very cheap. It's just basically for my time. If I'm going to be remodding you, usually takes me about an hour or two, sometimes a little bit longer, depending on what's your situation with your mods and stuff, and how much I have to do. But typically, all you need is a damn camera to share your screen, either on Discord or Zoom. We get on a call. I go through. I get all your stuff fixed. I get you an order and go through it with you so you can kind of learn how to do this and keep track of your stuff and, help you get your count to where you need to be, especially with GAC being as important as it is for crystals and things of that nature. I've been doing a lot of them, and we're going to do another one. I did one for BCM, so BCM could tell you. I actually looked at some of his stuff yesterday or the day before, and then I've done it for Rambam. That was a mistake because he's actually doing well in GAC. That plan backfired. But I've done lots of people in the past. Ed, some people that you may know that are doing quite well. They're being quite successful with GAC because when you look at someone's mods, you'd be like, oh no. And then you get them fixed and they're surprised like how well they're doing with their teams. I didn't know Darth Revan could be good. Well, yes, if you put speed mods on them and you get them at a certain level, it makes things a little bit more difficult for your opponent. So there you go. All right.
Should I write that down? Is that lesson 1?
Yep.
Right,
okay.
Lesson 1. Speed mods are your friend.
You'd be surprised. This first month of what is my screen doing?
I don't know.
This first month, I've noticed there's a lot of people that do not do mods. I mean, they don't have a single 300 speed character in their roster, and it's like, wow. Oh yeah, no, it was amazing. There was like probably half of them didn't have over 300.
Yeah, you do see a lot of those accounts, especially the up and coming. I call them baby cracking accounts, where you see but we both have 8 million GP, but you have actually more red characters and relic characters and higher relics than me, but you ain't got a mod to pray for or a pot to piss in with them. So that's the one thing that we always just talk about this, but if you're going to by all means, if you got the discretionary income, please do, but make sure you keep up with your mods with where you're welling on, and really try to work on your mods at the same time, because if you get ahead of your mods, I don't care how many characters you have or what characters you have, if they don't have the right modding or if they're not set up correctly, you're going to get matched up with someone like myself or BCM and down the line, and they're going to spank your ass because you could have all the relic levels you want, but if they got better mods and that team is rocking and rolling, they're going to eat you alive. So there you go. All right. Get your questions in. I can see that they're coming in nicely. Welcome, everybody. Good morning. Good morning to everybody. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are out in the world. We are international with RSG, I know, because we get people telling us where they're from all the time. It's like, holy moly, we're world famous. Not as world famous as Kate Gaming, but we are world famous. So, get your questions in. I always start off the show with the news with our fellow content creators, and I'm sure we'll get some more on the way. Heinzie can't make it today because Heinzie is doing some family stuff. But if you didn't see it last night, great show, a lot of fun. Which when I'm always on there, it's always a lot of fun with the Heinzie. So I was up with those guys doing the Heinzie Grid session last night, which was a blast. We had a lot of fun. Really good topic, really good debate. I kind of played the heel last night on purpose to get some opinions. They probably won't be popular, but hell, I had fun doing it. And then, I had to be up early, so I just stayed up late with watching Grid do some Halo and headshotting folks. It was great. I was like, good muzzle awareness. Oh, you're doing some good tactics there. I like that. Respect, Grid. All right. This week we've got, of course, we had Iden come into the game. We just wrapped up our first GAC. Conquest is starting to tie down as well. We also had some changes to the Omicrons. Well, we had the addition of one Omicron, but nobody cares about Kars Omicron as the TB one. These TB ones, I mean, I don't get it. I get it that they're trying to set up some characters so that you can get some value out of them in TV, but yeah. This is like, if you have good teams, you can beat TB. You don't need the damn Omicrons to do very well in TB, right? But we did have the change to the Qui-Gon Omicron. We did have post some CG about the SLKR Daka zombie interaction, things of that nature. So I'll start with, you guys can just chime in. BCM, Aldous, whoever wants to go first. What's on your mind with Star Wars Galaxy Heroes this week? What's piqued your interest?
Well, I enjoyed Iden. I mean, it was kind of a surprise because I thought they were done with legend stuff, but
She's not legend. She's actual canon.
Well, oh yeah, I guess she is canon now. Yeah.
Yep.
Makes it interesting. I knew they were going to bring in more. It was sooner than I had expected something to pop in. Other than that, yeah, I mean, just Conquest. I really had fun with the first season of GAC. Did way better than I thought I was going to. It was kind of surprising. I mean, I knew I was going to do good because I've always done good in GAC, but getting promoted to Kyber 4 was like really surprising for me at the end of the season.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've been sitting on that one for a while. So, I'm the infamous beta tester. So, of course, I knew she was coming in. Couldn't say a damn thing. That's just the way it is. You get a look under the hood and see what's coming. It's like, So when I get asked these questions, like, what's coming? Like, nothing. I have no idea what you're talking about. Yeah, nothing's happening. Nothing to see here. Move along. Nothing to see here, kids. Move along. Aldous, what's been on your mind this week with the old SWGOH universe?
Super liked Iden. Much because I really like the five characters they brought before the Legends ones. I think what they've done is they've just brought out one little added little bit that's made an entire team a lot better and add a lot of variety, which I think is a good way to bring out new counters in an economy way, rather than bringing out 4 of the same team. So I think that's really good. So to bring out Iden and to show that they're still persisting with that, they're not gonna, we're not gonna have to wait a long time before we get to Book of Boba Fett stuff or anyone else down the line. So yeah, I was super excited to see her come in. I hope they carry on. I hope we get. I think we all want either Cal Kestis or I personally want Merrin in the game. There's a huge amount from that game that's pretty cool. So yes, that was good. I still can't make up my mind on the Daka zombie thing. I think there's points on both sides. I just don't know which way it would go. I wish they'd make up a decision, to be honest, more than anything else, and settle the debate one way or the other. And then I think the other thing, there was 2 really nice posts last night. One about the Ewok soft lock, which has affected me a number of times, and I didn't know why. I just thought it's nice. I like it when they communicate little stuff, which I really like. And then one on the skill squish again, which I like it, where they pre-tell us stuff like that, which I think in the past we've maybe just all randomly changed our skill levels, and nobody's understood why. So I like the little communication as much as the big stuff. So I thought it was quite good, like yesterday.
Yeah, we talked about the Qui-Gon Omicron, of course, but we also talked about SLK or Daka zombie changed to Lord Vader. The problem is there's a couple things. Lord Vader, they need to really rethink him a little bit, and add some stuff or do something with him, because he's just not. He's really good, but he's not a Kenobi kind of GL, right? There's a big difference between Kenobi and Vader. I mean, Vader can be really good. He can be a pain in the ass on defense if you have the right team. I said it all the time, and I've had lots of holds with him. But the bigger issue is not. I don't care what you use with the GL. I don't have any problems with the interactions. The only one I do have a kind of a problem with is, and it has nothing to do with SLKR. They don't need to do anything with SLKR. He is fine the way he is. I think the GLs are fine the way they are. I think Vader's a little underwhelming, which is not good enough because of the amount of just pain and suffering you go through to get that guy, unlocked and then geared, right? The gearing alone with Bad Batch and then the relics on him is just ridiculous. So he should be gross, and he's not. And I think that's the thing that people are going to turn off on. But going back to the thing, my thing is, it ain't SLKR Daka Zombie. It's Daka Zombie. That thing has been a pain in the ass for this game for years. It has led to so many problems in raids and other things where they've had to change the kit numerous times. They've had to change the interaction, or they've had to go in 2 teams to specifically not target her and do other things because, the problem with Zombie is that until she's the last one, she's sticking around. She ain't going nowhere. When she attacks or counterattacks, she taunts. So you have to constantly. The AI is just not programmed the way that they need it to be, where they get around that, and that's what leads to all these bad interactions. So that's the bigger issue, in my opinion, is DACA Zombie. I don't know about you guys feel, but they've really got to take a hard look at, like, that's the one unique thing of this game that has that. There's other characters that are similar, like B1, right? But that has 100 stacks, and now it can keep stacking up if you don't pay attention to it. But if it's under Grievous, he's going to lose stacks because of Grievous. He starts killing the droids, right? So there are counters to, a kind of counterbalance to that team. But yeah, I mean, and people talk about Paper Iden because they're kind of doing this revive mechanic with her. Has me a little concerned, and I'm just warning people, like, don't get used to that, because CG will change that in a heartbeat if they see some nonsense going on with that. So I'm just warning people about going in with light Pepsi Light Iden.
Yeah. Well, they did that with Zombie. It was at first they were when Zombie and this interaction first got remade, they were doing the Paper Zombie, but they went back through and you had to have her at like a certain, was it like gear 10 in order to
that was the first big change.
Unlock that change.
Yeah.
It is an interesting interaction, but it's been like you said, it's been in the game for years. So when they do this, I don't think they think of certain reactions, because people are using their rosters, and this is kind of one of those little Swiss Army knives to throw in there. I have never used it. I'm not sure on how that interacts, but they could easily just slightly change Zombie's kit and add, if they could do the Qui-Gon treatment, right? If there's a GL on either side, it's not going to work.
Yeah, I mean, there's this thing. There's things that they could do wording and get this just rectified. I mean, I'm all. So here's the thing: is I'm all for. I don't care what you run with your GLs. The community is really great about coming up with stuff, and I think they should all be. I'm always for more counters, right? Because I think GAC should be like a game of chess, not checkers. It should be a game of looking at your opponent and really strategizing about what you're going to use and how you're going to use it, and then being able to be flexible. I think Grid was kind of making the point last night. He thought that, it was hurting theory crafting. And I didn't agree with that. To a certain extent, I did, in a sense, kind of agree that, it does do it a little bit of limiting. But then I was like, my point was like, but like you need to think about troopers. When I have my trooper team, I typically have, like, I'll look at someone, what they typically put down. And my initial thought is, I'll use troopers against this if they put it down. But then they might do something else, and I'm like, okay, these are the teams I know I can beat with troopers. These are the teams I know I can beat with Bad Batch. What am I going to add? What am I going to change? So sometimes those, on the fly, you kind of change that, and I like that about GAC. I still think that, theory crafting is alive and well, because this community, man, they come up with stuff like, being a beta tester, I test stuff, but my main thing is, and I always tell people, when we're testing stuff, it's like, we're looking to make sure, one, the shit works, and then two, if it's not making changes and working with the devs, like, with the kits and stuff, the interaction, what's not working, what we're seeing, giving them our initial impressions, going back into there, going in, digging in, figuring stuff out, and then just making sure that the way they want it to go goes, right? We'll try it with as much as we can, but there's no way before a character comes out that I can test that many teams and just spend that many hours doing it. One, I don't get paid, and two, there's only so much time you can commit to it before they'll launch it, right? We just want to make sure that it works and it functions. But then there's that old adage: what happens in the test environment ain't necessarily going to go on with a live environment. I'll tell you that much, because a lot of stuff can happen between when they transfer it from the test environment to the live environment. So, but I don't know. I don't know how you guys feel about theory crafting and stuff like that. Does the DACA Zombie, trying to take stuff away or limiting stuff? I don't know if I feel like that's the thing, but I could be wrong.
I don't mind the DACA Zombie thing. I think I'm very interested in what they do about Iden Verso and the troopers. I mean, that counter against Vader looks pretty solid. And that team is a team that a lot of people, I guess, have. So the old sort of Shack troopers. So I think that's an interesting one, which probably more interested to maybe see what they do about it and how they maintain Vader. I think there is a question already in chat about giving Lord Vader a boost
We'll get
rather
to it.
than
Yeah,
nerf.
we'll get
And
there.
I think we'll maybe talk a bit more there. But I think I'm interested in what they do with that sort of counter, because I think that's Iden Versio and the Troopers is going to be a pretty easy team to get.
All right. Speaking of easy to get, we just had Calvin Awesome joining us. Hello, Calvin.
Yeah, what's up, Ranger guys? How you doing?
What's going on, buddy? How are you?
I'm doing really good. It's Saturday. I'm
Yeah.
here talking about Star Wars. Couldn't be happier.
Yes, it's a fine day indeed, good sir. How you been, man? You been all right?
Yeah, it's been great.
All right, Mr. Undefeated GAC guy.
Hey, you can say that for one more week, Ranger. One more week.
I know. I was looking at where you're going to end in Kyber 1. I'm like, oh no.
I'm starting where you guys started last time. So if I play the best ever and everybody I play against has game crashes, then I'm at the very top 50 of the leaderboard fighting 10 million accounts.
Yeah, that's not going to be pretty, dude. I'm just
it's
telling you.
slaughter.
Because
and that's fine.
I mean,
That's fine.
I'm 8 million with. Trust me, dude. You have to be perfect just about when you're doing those matches because you have no room for error. Like if one thing goes wrong, and they don't have to worry about that because they got a gajillion teams and crazy.
Oh yeah, all they have to do is be competent. If you have 10 things I don't have. If you're incompetent, I can still beat you. But if you're competent, then no, I'm done.
Yeah. Trust me. You know what I just did those couple of those matches? I was so outclassed. I'm like, let's just try some weird shit. I'm already lost. Let's just go try some strange things and see what happens. And some of it works and some of it didn't. I'm like, oh, hey, that was pretty cool. I didn't expect that to work. So, yeah. So that's when you just have some fun and do some mad scientist stuff. All right. We got Calvin. We got BCM. We got Sandfly. Let's get to some questions, shall we? I think so. We already did Buzzsaw's silly question. The engineer says question, will this be the year of the ships, Ranger? You cheeky bastard. No, God, no. I'm not ever saying that again. I put my ass on the line last year and said it was going to be the year of the ships. I could not have been more wrong. I'll leave it to the panel. Does anybody want to throw their hat in the ring for this finally being the year of the ship?
I don't think so. They've screwed that game mode up, and they're not. They keep throwing capital ships at us, but they don't fill out the fleets. And it looking at how the game models are, it would be easy enough for them to throw, a bunch of Y wings, B wings, A wings in because they have the models in the game. They have the, at least the AI version of it. But they don't make money off ships, and they could.
They
but
could
they won't.
with the right ships.
They don't market it right.
I mean, here's the thing is you can still make money with the characters and still introduce ships at the same time and just get that extra gravy, extra pay if you put the right ships in, right? And if you function, if they really focused on the kits of the ships and made them fun and cool, right? They could have some fun. There is a group out there. It's a smaller group, but it's still, a hardcore group of people that like ships in this game. They are going to spend some money. They like those ships. And, the whales and the Krakens, no matter what it is, if it gives them an advantage, they're going to go get the damn thing. So even if it is fleet. So, yeah, they could... Yeah.
It's still a mild resource drain for the rest of us, too. I'm not going to whale on a ship, but it's still going to be taking, 20 of my or 100 energy from me for the next 6 months or whatever. So it's not... It's not
6
completely
months.
void.
You're being kind to yourself there.
Yeah.
I like ships. I mean, you got to remember that ships is now where you get most of your crystals.
Yeah, that's true.
So I mean, I would never tell anybody starting the game to ignore ships. In fact, actually, the number one thing you have to do first is get ships, because that's where essentially you're going to win and lose your GACs on it, and it's where you're going to get most of your crystals from the ship shards. So I think, I don't think it's the year of the ships, but I think it's a year where ships are more important than they've ever been before.
Well, you see, the thing I've always had a problem with ships is initially when it came out, I'm like, okay, cool. But I felt like it's been very helter-skelter with their commitment to this game mode. Like, we get stuff, and then for a long time we get nothing, and then we get something, and then we get nothing, and it just it's hot, it's cold, it's hot, it's cold, and it's incomplete. And until I feel they've completely committed to ships. I'm not ever going to be fully on board with ships. I'm not down for ship raid. I'm not down for anything. I know people want it, but I'm like, we don't even have fully realized fleets to even warrant such a thing. Because someone asked me the other day, could you see ships in Conquest? Like, I hope not. Hell no. I mean, if they say you need you do some crazy stuff where you have to, the feats alone in Conquest, we'll get to that here in a second, but the next question. But man, you imagine some stupid ass ship stuff in there. I mean, with these incomplete fleets, oh my God, I'd lose my mind.
I bang my head against the wall on the challenges with the ships. It's like, it's nice, but unless you have certain ships, you're screwed.
I like ships. Ships is like another bit of the GAC. It's like part 2. It's not even anything to do with part 1 and the characters. You just this whole random bit on the end. And I don't know. I quite like them. I know they're completely ignored and they're kind of like something that was kind of halfway through their homework and then they gave up with. But no, I don't mind them. And I'd rather they took. Rather than give us more ships, I hear a lot of people say, they've not filled out. I'd rather they just got rid of Mace's capital ship completely and said, look, that's just an early game one. Don't bother with that. Because really there are only maybe 4 or 5. I still think, we've said it a million times before, but filling out the First Order, filling out the Resistance. But yeah, I don't mind them. I quite like them.
Well, I don't mind them keeping Mace. Just give us some Old or Galactic Republic. There's a ton of Galactic Republic. Clone Wars had quite a lot of fighters, bombers, and other things that they could bring in from different parts of the Clone Wars that they could easily bring in, and we could fill out that fleet as well. So I mean, they just.
My point is, rather than trying, maybe instead of hoping for 5, 6, 7 ships, I'm maybe thinking I get 1 or 2. So rather than making Mace decent, maybe I'm just hoping Resistance gets a little bit better.
First Order Resistance. Let's just get them a damn tank, get a couple other ships, and then we can start having some fun with the other stuff. Let's get some of these hero ships in here, like the Iden's in the game. She had a TIE fighter. Get that in. Let's get some TIE defenders and interceptors. Finally get the Empire fleet a full, really competent lineup. Get Red 5 in here. Get the A-Wings, the B-Wings. I think
it would be easier to fill out 2 Empire fleets than it would be to fill out 2 Galactic Republic fleets.
Yeah. Well, we got it. If you look at
Empire ones.
If you look at TB, though, there's plenty of what is it? Them tri-wing bombers or whatever they have.
Oh yeah, that's one from the early side of Clone Wars. Yeah, there's
tons
of those. Absolutely.
Give it to a clone. Give it to I don't know. Give it to one of the Bad Batch or something.
Come on, we can do better. Let's do better. All right, let's move on to the next question from Gav P. And this is Calvin's favorite game mode. He says, here we go. Yep, you know it, buddy. Gav P says, question, as Conquest comes to an end, what things did you like, dislike, and want to keep change? For me, it's the 40 battles with the same team that I'd shipped to Room 101. Yeah, those are not pleasant. Okay, I'll tell you the positives that I think. I do think the packs, the $9.99 packs, are worth it. And I'll say for this, with the Conquest as it's currently constituted, this Conquest I had no stress. Like the first 2 I had to get the red crate, but with the packs and everything, this one I was kind of like, I don't have to stress. The only thing I got left to do is a couple battles, and I haven't even been trying that hard just to finish out I don't have to do a lot of the feats. It's more about just I cleared the zones and then just did a couple feats here and there extra, and I'll have what I need, which is like 603 for the red crate. So I do think the $29.99 one, not worth it. Don't buy it. Just get the $9.99 one, because I actually bought the $29.99 one, but it doesn't regenerate stamina fast enough, and it just was not worth everything you got with it. I just think it's a bad deal. There's certain times we'll say where packs or things are worth it, and when they're not worth it, we're going to let you know. And that $29.99 isn't. However, the $9.99 one is. The extra shards you get does help tremendously. Get those characters done sooner. The extra gear and goodies in there. The Omicrons, nice. I think the $9.99 pack is good. I do like the fights for the boss fights. I gotta say they did some creative stuff with that. Had to think outside the box a little bit with your characters and tunes. It does help if you have a bigger roster with characters and tunes that you can go in there and try to knock those out. But I do like that. Other than that, I mean, the data disk have always been a problem. They've got the one problem with data disk is that keep getting the same thing repeating over and over again. in the same damn thing. You get 2 of the same that's got. Don't tell me that can't be fixed. That's nonsense. It can be fixed. And I think the data does this time we're fine, because if you get the caustic emissions and all these other ones, you could just basically, you can do quite well in here. What I don't like, the goddamn over prepared is ridiculous. My God in heaven, if I see my Rey or Kylo team with 100% stamina team go in there one more time and get butchered because they don't get to take a damn turn, that's stupid. I'm sorry, this is not like I'm using, you know, certain teams just do well, especially in Sector 5. C does well. Vader, of course, dominates. But we're talking Maul, you know, Maul man.
CLS is ridiculous.
CLS is good, but again, then you start losing stamina. You can only do so much with those characters. And those are, you know, and those guys have got to be, you know, put out there. But then you've got these feats like in with these like bad. It just, the feat system has got to be looked at a little bit more. And I agree with your assessment. The 40 battles of the same thing, and any of those, whether it's 20 or 40, of doing the same stupid thing over and over and over again, it's monotonous, it's boring, it's not creative. The over-prepared, it's weak, because all you're doing is you're taking relicate characters, and when you give them 80% stats, that's when someone goes in with their first order and with their Galactic Legend Kylo, and they get just mauled, and they just sit there like, oh, an Empire team just beat my GL Kylo Ren. I'm not happy at the moment.
Goddamn Phoenix,
man. I mean, how many times can Ezra hit, right? You know, just there's some things that need to change. And my thing is, either if you want to make it feat based, fine, get rid of the stamina. But if you want to make it more difficult and limit the amount of times you can use your teams, keep the stamina. But let's do one or the other. This combination of both ain't working. It really isn't. And if you're trying to monetize this because of the stamina, people ain't doing it. Most people I know in Conquest, they'll spend the refreshes and just try to use as many teams as they can to get it. They're going to spend money on stamina and these stems and all this stuff. They don't give a
Oh, yeah, I've
damn.
never once bought the stem refill things.
Yeah.
I don't even buy refreshes.
You know, it's
I
like,
just play what I got during the day, and then I get as far as I get, and that's it.
I mean,
But I'm not going after those characters either, so.
well, yeah. But, I mean, if you're going hardcore into them, but good Lord, that Ezra or Sabine going 900 times. I mean, I had my Jedi Master Luke in one battle. This got smoked.
I saw it.
Yeah, you saw that, where it's like 1, 10, 12. Goddamn, he won't stop. 18. What the hell? Oh my God, my Luke's dead. It's like he took that sucker to 20 turns, and I was like, well, that just happened. Okay, but we're the negative Nancy's, BCM, you and me. Aldous, actually, we know how Calvin feels about the GSC or Conquest, so we'll go to him.
I think
last.
Aldous is more on the positive end, like I was.
Oh,
He's
really?
changed.
Oh, okay. I got to hear this. Okay.
I don't mind it. I don't mind it. So I'm coming up for my third in a row, second top crate, I think, on this one. Dad Bod Boba being I don't do TW, so he's the sort of TW focused character. So I'm not fighting. Yeah, R9 hasn't come to my game yet. So I'm not that obsessed with getting them, but I've got the second last crate, and I buy the $9.99 pack. I agree with Ranger. That's probably one of the better deals. I like the mini boss feats. I think they get better and better towards the end. I think the final couple in Sector 5 and Sector 4 really get fun. So I'd like to see somebody ask, well, what would we change? Well, let's give those a lot more banners for completing them. Let's give those 15 banners. Let's give those 10 banners for completing them each. And then shred the banners off the really repetitive feats that are just a bit boring. I don't like things I can't do. So if I don't have a Bad Batch, or if I don't have Mandalorians, which are minor bits of sketch, I don't even bother even trying to get that feat. So I'd like to at least have a go. But look, I mean, on the whole, you know, I do the 50s. So I'll do 3 refreshes today. I'll grind out however many battles that is, mostly on auto. Some of the battles do make me chuckle when you go into a battle and you don't move and your entire team's dead and you don't understand why, because, you know. And then the other one where I went into a battle earlier on, I didn't take a turn and the other team died. And I was like, Okay. I think it was, I don't know, I had some sort of trail lead and then the entire team just disintegrated. It was like, okay, fair enough. Yes, I think Conquest is close on its promise. I think it's really strange because they've got all this amazing stuff going on in the Galactic Challenges of little puzzles to work out and fun little mechanics and all these kind of interesting puzzles that we work out in every tour. And they're creating lots of those, and yet they aren't appearing then in the Conquest. So I'd like to see them reflect all of those. So yeah, so increase the boss feats, make the boss feats more fun, give them much more banners. But yeah, I mean, I understand it has to be a grind so that people spend crystals on it. I understand that they're trying to monetize it, but it's not fun. It's not, it's not as much fun to play. So they could probably just reduce that. I maybe wouldn't go as extreme as, I think 40 battles too many, but maybe move it to 25. I'm not asking that they move it to none or move it to 10 or something. So
I am.
Well, I know, but I just, I think it's too extreme at the moment. I think they could knock them down by maybe 40%.
I don't think it's extreme at all. There is nothing fun about having to use the same kind of team over and over and over again, and it's pretty much in your pigeonhole because of the way they did prepared and stuff. That it's not like you can use these teams out of Sector 1. I don't care how good your bounty hunters are. Mine are legit really good. And I go into like Sector 3, I'm like, well, let me try it. And I got destroyed. Okay, well,
you can't do it at 60% stamina, which if you're doing 4 battles a day is what you need to do.
Right. You have, so you're not going to, you wait till the end to go back into Sector 1 first fight so you can just knock out some of these, or you go to the, I use the GK, boss fight at the end, like, okay, let's just do 10 battles of these because I can knock these out. But good Lord. All right, Calvin, you're really Mr. Positivity about Conquest. Take it away, sir.
All right, so yeah, there's a lot of positives. One thing that we saw in this one that I want to keep seeing is the cheat code. Like, there is always a combination of like 3 or 4 discs, and they're never the expensive discs. They're always like a 2 or a 3 dot that essentially just let you kill any team with any team. And that time, this time around, was the Volatile Accelerator, Amplify Agony, and Causistic Emissions, or however it's pronounced. Like I like that because that is kind of the puzzle of all 3 conquests. It is kind of lame because we do it once and then we don't have to do it again. The other 2 or 3, it's kind of on autopilot. But that was one thing that I liked, and I want to see again. I want to see another puzzle inside the Conquest where we have to figure out which 3 or 4 discs are just going to turn everything onto easy mode. Other thing I really liked, I did like the less amount of feats. Like, I think we went from like 6 or 7 down to 4 per area, and like just from a mental capacity of things to keep track of, that was really nice. Like, I don't have to keep thinking about like, okay, I have this to do. I would be kind of like, okay, I can't do this, so I can do this team and then I'll do that team, then it's finished. That was really nice as well. I don't think the more battles really bothered me. I do agree with you guys about the boss feats. Those are really cool. Also, again, keeping them down to just 2 was also really nice. Like, because then you end up only doing the battle at most 2 times. Again, a lot to like. I think the only thing this is what I've always hated, because it just is not in the spirit of the game mode. The game mode is supposed to reward a deep roster, kind of like Alice was saying. Like, you need to have Mandalorians, you need to have Bad Batch, but then you get to this feat where you have to use a team 40 times, and that doesn't matter if you have a deep roster. You're still just going to be sitting there in Sector 1 or maybe Sector 2, grinding out 4 battles with your bounty hunters every day. Like, if you have to do more than 1 battle a day to complete a feat, then you're already running out of stamina, and you're not going to be able to use it in one of the later phases, even against an easy team. So I think like that needs to go. Like, there shouldn't be anything over 20. That was so dumb. I didn't really like when I actually had to do it. I didn't really care. Like, it didn't bother me, but at the same time, it just doesn't make sense for the game mode.
Yeah, and the other thing about those feats, the big ones, right? they put the characters in such a way. It's like use a full bounty team with Fennec and Boba Fett, but then you have the feat with Boba Fett and Han, but you can't use Boba Fett and Han because then you can't get the full
Han's
bounty
not a
hunter
bounty hunter,
team.
yeah.
Yeah, it's like you can't use it for the smuggler feat either. It's like, God damn it! Like, I mean,
That kind of adds to the puzzle of it, but again, 40 is just too much.
I know, but you have to. It's so stupid. I was just like, come on, guys! Like, if you're gonna do that, at least break them up so someone can work on one thing at a time or a couple things at a time, and not have these characters interacting with each other. Like, goodness gracious! I mean,
I think that's the other issue is you did say they did say it's supposed to use your full roster, right? But in reality, we're only using our top 3 or 4 teams. I mean, we're not using lower geared tunes on.
Yeah, I mean
in the hard realm, even with the data discs, I'm not going to use under geared troopers because I know they're going to get wiped out.
Troopers are dead. I mean, there's a lot of teams that I have highly relic that you can't do in Sector 5.
I can't use my Grievous because he gets wiped instantly. I mean, there's certain teams that just don't work, and so you're stuck with your Galactic Legend team.
Basically,
You're stuck with your Darth
Han,
Revan, your higher end Jedi. I mean, or your CLS, and then you're done.
I think I was going to say I think my Boba Fett could do with 2 weeks off now. To be honest, I'd like to do a battle. I'd like to do a battle once without Boba Fett in it, because he's pretty much been in every team. Desperately trying to get feats.
Yeah, you're going to say something, Calvin?
Yeah, as I said, that's what I really liked about the whole cheat code thing. Is a lot of these other teams that didn't have a chance before, they could melt stuff. Like in Sector 5 with the Mandalorians, I kid you not. I was taking in Maul, 3 Mandalorians, and Watt on 1% stamina and beating almost every team.
Yeah, I did.
Because you pass the tech from Watt to Maul, and then all you have to do is touch the enemy and they die. And Maul gets 5 turns in a row. So every single team with my team with 1% stamina was just dying. Like it was, and that was a feat too. So that was really cool. So I was 3-starring all of these, and also knocking out that feat at the same time.
Yeah, but then you have to have had unlocked Maul.
Yeah.
That's what they want you to do. They want you to have that deep roster. So
I know.
That's more in spirit than, go use Boba Fett in every single team.
Well, yeah, and I'm but the problem is, a lot of the other teams though, you just can't use. You cannot use troopers, Imperial troopers in Sector 5. You're going to get hosed. All those teams are overprepared. They're Relic 8, and they're going to eat you for dinner, right? I mean, that's with like a 370 something Gideon. I tried. Trust me, guys. I tried, and I showed it on.
No, I think some of them started out well into the 500s.
It's ridiculous because they'll beat your GLs. When I talk about not being able to use Rey or Kylo, I'm not joking about that. Geonosians ate my goddamn Kylo alive with 100% stamina. I'm like, damn. Give me a chance, because you have to. I poked Brute. I didn't have a choice, and then the next thing I know, like, okay, they're taking a turn. All right, I just wait for my turn. Okay, officer's dead. Oh, no, wait a minute. Wait, they're still going. Okay, and oh no, and it was like, damn. All I got is Kyle left, and he's only taking 1 turn. I'm like, Jesus, this overprepared nonsense is going to give me an ulcer, dude. Seriously, it's like, well, no more GL Kylo. I don't need that Sluck here for any more of this.
Or you get 2 or 3 overprepared. Or not overprepared, but the retribution Padmes in a row.
Oh,
and it's
God.
Just like,
those are, that reflex
at least mix
damage.
the teams up, just like the cards. They need to work on that.
Ooh, that reflex damage is nasty. Boy, oh boy. I didn't even play around. Every time I saw that, when I got that snare, I'm like, yep, GMK Cat. Let's just hit Kenobi first. Okay, let's just instantly annihilate Anakin. No, sir. Get out of here. I'm not playing games with this team. Boy, and even then with Kenobi with that protection and stuff coming back, holy moly, that dude would still be like, the characters like Snips and they would be in the red. I'm like, oh my God, you just can't win, man. So brutal. All right, let's get off Conquest. Let's go to another subject here from Whittle73 says, question, will Dad Bod Boba Fett, son of Django, be better on offense or defense for TW? I could just say from what I've tested with him and stuff that he is a offensive powerhouse. I don't think you're going to use him on defense. Not that you can't, but with GLs, there's the AI. You're better off with him on offense so you control and do what you need to do. He'll be able to take out the GLs. But yeah, he's on defense, too static. You can be able to get around him. I don't know. That's how I saw it when I, in testing and stuff. But what do you guys think?
Yeah, I 100%. Anytime you launch any new character, unless you people really understand the AI, it's always best on offense originally. So yeah, I would have guessed offense anyway. Certainly that's where I'll play him first. But yeah, generally for any character, I would always kind of scope out the AI first. So I think with bounty hunters in particular, or with the teams he'll be around, I think being in control of them will always be better.
Yeah. Anybody else? Old dad
I'd
Bob
agree.
Buffett?
Offense at first until you figure out what the turn order and what other people go with them, and then
Sure.
if you find out that what's the turn order after using them on offense that works the best, and then you could adjust it to do that, because the AI is always going to use the biggest hit it can, and if you can time the turn order with that, it should be fine on defense.
Yeah. All right. Darstein, question for the panel. What should CG do then about Conquest? It went from being fun to being such a grind and is boring. Thoughts? There's a lot of thoughts about, all right, how do we make this fun? Not the, we've all talked about some things that we don't like. We've offered a few solutions, but what can they do? I'm going to start with you, Calvin. What could they do to make this a lot more fun and a lot more interactive and a lot more enjoyable for the player base to be excited about it? Because I'm not excited about it. I think Conquest to me is more of a chore. I only do it because of the characters and stuff that's in there, not because I enjoy the game mode. And I think a vast majority of players are like that. I know there's some like yourself that really enjoy it, but most of the community is like, I'd rather eat paint, than do Conquest. So what would be like one or two of your suggestions to make Conquest more interactive, more fun? What could CG do in your eyes to make this game mode a little bit better?
I pretty much things we said, like cut out more of the feats. And I think what would make it more fun for the player is changing how the discs are distributed.
Great.
Because you feel like, I think that's one of the things that generally feels bad. Is if you go through one and you get all of them, like let's say in Sector 1, all the ones you need, and you're like, oh, this is great, and then you kind of come in with that expectation for the second one, you don't, and then you just get pissed off. Like that's, I think maybe changing that, but ultimately, like, I think the reason we saw the change in Conquest, the fun version or whatever you want to call it, when we had Cat and Razor Crest, was because too many people got those characters. They I think
I don't know what the problem with that is.
Legitimately came because. I don't know if like the whales, always this excuse, the whales weren't happy.
I don't know many whales that was a big deal with, because when I talked to the whales that I know, they were like, all right, cool. They don't have Kenobi. I'm not worried about it. I'm like, yeah, I'm not worried about it either. Let them have it. You can have Razor Crest all you want, but if you don't have Executor, okay, you got the Razor Crest, but I mean, yeah, sure, you can use in some other fleets and stuff, but I mean, it's not the same, right? I mean, you can have Cat. She's really good, especially with Padme, but I'm not stressing about a Padme team as compared to GMK Cat. That's a little bit different story, right? So I don't have any problems with these earlier accounts getting, and I think it's a good thing for people at that level to get some really fun characters, some dope ass characters. What's wrong? Give them.
I would rather people be happy than quit. So I agree with you. But whatever the decision they made, they did it. They did it for some internal reason, because they didn't even back down. Like when I think it was Maul's Conquest is when it started to get a lot harder or a lot grindier. And they're like, oh yeah, we'll change it to what you guys want. And then they took steps to very clearly keep doing what they were doing, just in a different way.
Yeah, I think what happened, and tell me how you feel about this, Calvin, and the rest of the panel. After the second one, right, with Cat, there were some complaints that this is boring, it's too easy, which I was not of that mindset at all. I'm like, I'm having fun being silly in there, right? I mean, it was one of those game modes you can go in there and just have some fun when you wanted to and get some good stuff out of it, right? They took those comments and went to the far extreme the other way with it. Like, oh, you guys think this is kind of boring and monotonous and blah, 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 and blah, blah, blah. Well, how about this? Like, sweet mother of God. Wow. Yeah. I mean, the extreme from the Conquest with Cat, like you said, Calvin, to the one with Maul.
Yeah, that was the one with the exchange.
And day, baby. Holy moly. They went from one extreme to the next, and I was like, uh-oh.
Well, yeah, a very a very large amount of the player base during, and this was so dumb. This is what I really didn't like. A very large percent of the player base during the first 2 conquests were still complaining that we had nothing to do. Like that was still a very big thing. And then this happened, then it went to the polar opposite of like, oh, we have nothing to do, or we have everything to do now. Like it's a job.
Yeah, it went from one extreme to the next. It's like Conquest was something you just do when you felt like it and get some good rewards. If you really wanted to, you can go all the way. If not, it's like, okay. Now it's like, you got to do, especially if you're like even semi-competitive, not with just GAC, but just for the rewards that come in it. Man, oh man, you got to do Conquest. I mean, if you don't, I mean, you do the best you can, I should say. You know, some people can only go so far, but it's hard to turn down those rewards. Those Omicrons, the slicing materials, the gear that's in there, you know, all of it. The character shards alone are just its own separate thing. So, yeah. I don't know. It's something they're just going to have to do to make it more fun. I'm just not enjoying it right now. But, you know, there's some suggestions out there, and hopefully see. I've spoken my piece of CG about it, and it's not just what I don't like about it, but these are the solutions I think you should do. So we'll see what happens. There's been a lot of feedback on it. We'll see what CG does with the next Conquest there, boy. I can't wait to see that, boy. It's going to be pretty good. All right. Oh, here's a fascinating question.
I have a suggestion. Sorry. Why we could all have a race. I mean, the very second the thing goes live, we could all be on the RSD channel. First one to 100 banners.
I don't want. I don't
want.
Yeah, I don't want to waste.
You know, like
I don't want to use.
No, but you know, like you know, I mean, I think there's a sort of element of kind of like, you know, it's a bit of a shitty, sorry, language. Bit of a.
You can say shitty here. This is RSG, baby.
It's a bit of a dull thing, but
we could make we could
make more fun out of it.
Yeah, we could. I mean, I'd hate myself for using the crystals for that, but I'd do it. You know, so all right. Here's a really good question, Nathan H. And this one's really gonna be a little. We're gonna get into. Oh boy, how does your strategy change in 3v3 GAC? Quite a lot, actually, because 3v3 is a whole nother animal from 5v5. I think people, when we get back to 3v3, not here soon, because I think we're going to get a couple 5v5s before we get to some 3v3s. The strategy, Calvin, you can talk about this, because 3v3, I actually do better in 3v3, even though I hate 3v3, which is strange. But I hate 3v3, but I've been undefeated many times in 3v3. But that's a whole nother animal. And some of those characters get overly stupid powerful. Rey becomes almost unbeatable in 3v3. She is gross. A lot of your teams change dramatically, you know, and certain characters become even better and some become worse. Calvin, you want to touch on I mean, this is kind of a general thought on 3v3, on the strategy and just overall changes, but I mean, it's a whole new world with 3v3 when you do it.
So yeah, there are teams that get elevated and there are teams to go down. Like Grievous takes a pretty big hit, Padme takes a pretty big hit, Rey gets a lot better, Crew I think gets a lot better. There's a lot of that type of stuff that you do have to pay attention to. But strategy wise, one of the things that I typically did is I would always just end up going heavier offense, just because a lot of people still, and we'll see how this happens now that crystals are involved, but a lot of people still refuse to recognize this 3v3 as a real game mode. Like, oh, that's not how the game functions. The synergies aren't the same. So I'm not going to learn it. And so it was really easy to beat people. It was really easy.
It is a lot easier because they put down the silliest things. You're just like, you know,
they put down silly things and they couldn't clear easy things.
Oh yeah, I put Rey with R2 and Hermit Yoda. Good luck. Nobody beat
they're
that.
Just like things they're not used to. Like JTR like would wipe the floor with Crew in 5v5, and then we'd get to 3v3 and you put Red and OG Kylo and suddenly she didn't win. And so many people, like, regardless of how many seasons we had, it just didn't do anything about it. So I would go heavier offense just so I could have an easier time, and then I would watch them fail on something very, very easy and then call it a day.
You know, the team that got me the most holes and always gets me the most holes in 3v3 is Huxley with Red Trooper and First Order Stormtrooper.
Not surprised at all.
Sucker gets me the heart. I mean, people just do not, you know, just don't get it, man. It's like just to go in there and just 3 or 4 holes later, I was like, yep.
Oh, my whole team was Basti, as Undergeared Ezra, and Old Ben.
Yeah, that's a good one. You know, I even put just to trip people up. I would in threes. I've put GML with Grandmaster Yoda and General Kenobi, and get holds for days on that one because they just don't realize how fast that little frog is going, and next thing you know, GML's in ultimate and you're dead. So it's like, yes, there is a method to the madness. Yes. Yeah, 3v3 is a different animal, and we'll get into when 3v3 comes around. I'm sure we'll talk about it more for like specific teams, counters, things of that nature. A lot of it's pretty much the same. You see a lot of like CLS, 3PO, Chupio on defense. You'll see certain teams. It does have its own meta, and if you've played it enough, you recognize immediately like what is what for like what teams you should use and hold and what's good on defense. So we'll get more into it when it gets to 3v3. Hell, just watch me, watch BCM, watch Alice, watch Calvin, of course, watch Calvin. Dude never loses. He's a psychopath. Let's see here. What's your streak at? 159 right now, Calvin?
Yeah, that's correct. I need to win one more, get it to a real nice clean number, and then I can start losing.
Oh my god, that's insane numbers. Those are outrageous. All right, what else? Any three? Question: Do you think the Triumphant will get one or more Omicrons, and what would they be? I cannot even answer or speculate on this question. I'll leave it to the panel. Who wants this one? It's Triumphant Omicrons and changes. What do you think they'll be? Anybody can chime in on this one because it's not going to be me.
Oh, I mean, with Dark Talon's Omicron, it kind of boosts the whole team up, anyways.
Yep.
I think it needs a fifth. I don't know who that would be.
Darth so and so.
Yeah, Darth so and so. Somebody. Darth Crate, maybe. Who knows? Because Crate is with Talon, right?
I want Crate, man. Like, maybe not even for that team, but I just want him.
Oh yeah. What's it worth to you there, Calvin? What's Crate worth to you there, buddy? Hell, I got Star Killer for old. You know me. I'll put a bug in their ear. I mean, goddamn, the GSC Whisperers up my ass for years to tell them to get Star Killer in. Of course, I never thought they took me serious. They did bring him in, and I like, you bastards, you lied to me.
I would say Treya could. I would Omicron Treya, and instead of isolating one person, it isolates everybody on the team.
Oh gosh!
Like a complete isolation for an Omicron.
Damn.
Oh.
That'd be kind of.
I mean, that seems reasonable, right?
I like it.
Lock down the whole team.
Hell yeah, man! It's Treya, for Christ's sakes.
Yeah. I mean, she's
Jedi Master Kreia before she lost her arm and lost her mind. Yeah, damn it.
Or because she's the betrayer, have something to do with a weird retribution where the damage gets reflected to a random team member on the other team.
Oh, that'd be nasty. Oh.
Or maybe that would be for Scion Pain, right? So anybody with pain could get that reflected damage.
Oh, damn. Oh, I like that. That's some good shit right there.
That's what I do.
I like it. That's some good stuff. All right. What else? Any three question. How many more characters could we get that have both light side and dark side? Steaminess will get one of each.
Like just in general?
Yeah. Question. How many more characters could we get that have been both light side and dark side, seeming as we will get one of each? So are you talking about like,
limit.
Okay, I think so. What he means by this, and then what else? Tell me if I'm an idiot. Is like, there's Star Killer Dark Side. Well, we get the light side version. There's versions of each of these characters. Like Mara Jade. Right now we have Emperor Han Mara Jade. Do we think we'll get the Jedi Master? I want Jedi Master Prego Mara Jade because she was badass as hell in the books. I mean, she kicked the crap out of the Vong and she was Prego. Who's more badass than that? That's my girl Mara Jade. That's what she does. But no, the characters like that. And we're not going to get Prego Mara Jade because that just won't be a thing. But Ben Skywalker is going to have to be actually a character that was born. So, but no, I mean, I for sure. Now that they brought these characters in, there's no limit to like the different versions. Kyle Katarn, I mean, all these characters have different iterations in the books and stuff. So they could easily do this, I think, guys. I mean, would any of you be shocked if we got another version of them, light side or dark side?
No.
Yeah.
I mean, they already did light and dark Revan, so I mean, the options already out there.
Don't remember.
I mean, the universe is full of that. Like, people swapping sides, going back and forth, like that is just a very normal thing. What if we got Alec? That would be funny.
Yeah. Hey, didn't he? Wait, he has his jaw. What's happening? Very nice. Yeah, plan on it. Okay, what else? We have 3 questions. Would it be better just to give Lord Vader a boost than to nerf so many other characters? I think both right now. I think Lord Vader needs a little bit of relooking at his kit. It's just not strong enough, I think. It's just not... For what you have to go for it, I just think Lord Vader's a little bit weak. He's very good, but he's just not the level like, say, Kenobi and stuff. And I think... But the other thing is, it's not... I only care about one character. It's that goddamn zombie rat. They got to relook at this kid. It does nothing but cause problem after problem after problem. We all talked about this already, but Calvin, my big thing is, can we do something about zombie? That seems to be the goddamn problem every time. It's not SLKR versus any GL or GL versus
They should have
GL.
ripped the Band-Aid off a long time ago on that and just made it
agree.
only Night Sisters. Like, that has caused them way more of a headache than however much money they got off of that marquee.
Right. Absolutely. Good Lord. Ugh.
Yeah.
I don't want them to do it now, but that's what they should have done.
If you could just wait after this GAC, I would be most appreciative, says Calvin Awesome.
I just want them to isolate it to specifically the interaction with Lord Vader and Maul versus SLKR and NS, because what I don't want to see is I don't want them to accidentally ruin every other counter we have for Lord Vader. Because like one of the things is like give him an ignore taunt so that he can just go and kill Doc or SLKR. If he ignores taunt, both the JML and JMK counters kind of go downhill.
Right, they can't do that.
Sucks.
Yeah, they can't do that. I agree. And someone brought up, they said, well, what about the Trooper versus Shakti? I'm okay with that. I mean, if you got the mods, well, one, you got to have the mods to pull that nonsense off, right? You got to have some crazy good mods to do that. But I don't bring all those counters up. The only thing I care about for this is the stupid Night Sister, stupid ass zombie. Fix it. I'm totally with you about just making it for Night Sisters only. Full team of Night Sisters. That gets rid of all the problems. Then everything else is open, right? Because it's just the one kit with that damn taunt. It's just a nightmare.
I mean, Lord Vader's pain in, if you don't have the counter like Kenobi, he is a pain in the butt. I still can't clear him on, and you know me, I like my off meta counters, but to beat a GL without, or to, if they change it like they said, you need a GL to beat a GL, well, then you're just playing the GL race, and if you're outgunned, you're outgunned.
Right. I mean, because Jedi Knight Luke still can beat SLKR, and
right. But it seems to be just the new ones that they have a
Troopers
problem with.
can still beat
C.
It's just this zombie one that I just have a problem with. Everything else, I'm like, hell yeah, get more counters. I don't care about Trooper
The argument that Doja used is that it wasn't just a GL getting beat; it was a GL plus Conquest character. Like that's what they're trying to protect, and that's according to what he said on the forum. Like it's not.
The Vader
like they don't have a problem with SLKR beating just Lord Vader or Gas beating JMK without Cat. They would have a problem with Gas beating JMK with Cat.
Right. Yeah, totally understandable. So it's a balance thing. It's not an easy thing to do. So yeah. So, but there's lots of counters to all these GLs out there. We don't even talk about all the counters that you can come up with. So
I like my cheese. What can I say?
I'm all about like, hey, you put SLKR down, I'm going Jedi Knight Luke on that turkey. I'm telling you.
I don't even think the zombie thing is cheese for this one. It's just Lord Vader does not have the synergy.
Well, you can't get around the taunt, and every time zombies, they just keep attacking her over and over again. I've seen
it.
And
his AOE doesn't do enough damage to kill the other two.
No, because Doc can heal and you can cleanse it, and it's just it's just it's just not. It's just this goddamn fixed zombie. I'm sick of talking about it. All right. Let's see here. Buzzsaw question. Do you think there will be an opportunity to pick up a few dad bod Bubba shards? I had some things go on personally that kept me limited for the first 2 conquests. Max this one 5 short. No, you're going to have to wait till the next conquest. Unless they put out a pack, which they have been prone to do.
Have they done one for Maul yet? I know they did that a lot for Cat.
I know I saw Cat and Razor Crest.
2 or 3 opportunities to get like a few extra Cat shards if you were just like 5 short.
It was like the 30 pack for whatever price it was, or 20, whatever.
And they did like that 1 day shard drop thing. Like if you wanted to whale, you could get like 20 shards or something like that.
Yeah. So there's been those kind of things out there. I'm still kind of in the lurch. Someone asked me this because we're coming up almost in a year since Conquest came out. And Razor Crest is not farmable.
Yeah, that
one's a little mind scratching because I hope they're not treating this like a camp thing where they didn't do anything with Cam for a long time. Then we've had a few things here and there for him. But if they just want to make it to where you can only get through Conquest, that's not what they said. They said eventually after a certain amount of time, these characters would go into farm.
Yeah, they did say that.
So it's like, okay, how long you gonna wait? It's like, how long?
I feel like a year would be appropriate with how they've done the accelerated farms. It's essentially the same thing.
But shouldn't they be accelerated then? Because it's a year, all the other characters get accelerated.
It's coming up, yeah. I don't know the exact date, but it's definitely close.
But it's sooner rather than later, right? So soon, TM, they got to address this one because a lot of people are frustrated because they just weren't able to get the max crate, and some couldn't get all the crates because
Well, I got all the max crates, but because they did that stupid thing in the beginning, I'm not getting Dad Bob Boba for this one, even though I got the red crate every single time.
You bastard. How could you do this? Let your fans down, Calvin. You're not missing out. You'll be fine. This is just for TW. I thought he should be pretty good in GAC. I think he's going to be all right.
I'm interested to see, but I don't,
All right, you can live vicariously through me. I'll gear him up for you.
All I would do is replace him with my current Django. I don't have enough bounty hunters to make a second team. I don't even have Fennec, so I don't.
Oh no!
I don't feel like I'm missing out big time by not having him the first go around.
Fennec's
different from Maul.
Oh yeah. So if you're, you work on Fennec. She's kind of good. Not bad.
Yep. She's getting farmed. 4 stars right now.
Yeah, she's delicious. Okay. Dark Sign says, giving the ongoing issues with Daka Zombie, should CG just invest the time and energy into reworking all the Night Sisters so that they're still valuable but eliminate these issues? Yes. Anybody else?
I'm super hoping we get either Merrin or a Night Brother from
yeah, that'd be cool. Yeah.
Merrin would be super cool.
And Merrin coming would be an incredible time to rework a lot of the kits, do a bit of adjustments, give them other tags or whatever. So that would be that'd be my hope is we get Merrin and at the same time they fix all these things. And I think that if they don't move fast on the Daka zombie thing, I might think I might be slightly right, or I might be going the right direction. You've got the Night Brothers also in that game. So yeah, one of those two. But Merrin would be amazing.
Yeah, they could explain that a little bit. I agree. Good.
And I mean, they're on the video game characters right now. We just got Iden. Cal Kestis and Merrin would be easy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I've been saying it for years. Give me the goddamn Inquisitors. All right.
Well, if you just Night Sisters are stupid, but I mean not stupid, but stupid good. I mean they're ridiculous. And they always have, or they have been after Zombie was added, and or at least after the Zombie rework. But I agree with Calvin. If you just make it to that, only works with a team of Night Sisters, which makes sense to lore wise, right?
Yeah.
But it has to be only Night Sisters. If there's anybody else on the team, it's not going to work.
Curlian in the chat says remake Night Sisters so we can beat the tier 3 assault battle. God, that challenge.
Well,
I don't even bother with that sucker. Oh my God.
But that does kind of show that they had something maybe else in mind for the Night Sisters. They must have thought somebody must have completed that at some point. So
One person, two people, I think, have beaten that.
That event only exists for them to find cheaters. That's all it is.
That's all it is, man.
You APK'd and we got you.
Yeah.
Damn. That thing. Every time I see him, there's no rewards for me. I'll just get my Omega, and I'm not moving past this point. Okay, Ronan Zai. When do you think CG will or should update the stats of the pilotless ships since we cannot upgrade the pilots like we can with other ships? Great question. I'm hoping soon. I don't know about you guys. I don't know the specific numbers on it, but I would think, if they're going to do Relic 9, they should increase the stats a little bit on the pilotless ships. Am I off my rocker here? Ranger talking shit.
No, they said they would, and they didn't for R8 either. They either should have made some type of system, like an extra upgrade, so you actually have to pay credits or whatever to get them stronger. Or they should have just made it artificial in the background where okay, Hyena gets 2,000 more protection or whatever it is now.
Sure.
Because that they are just going to get eclipsed.
Yeah, they're gonna have to address that very soon, and especially if they start, which I'm hoping, please Jesus. I'll farm them. It'll take me 2 years. Me and Calvin will be in our in retirement age when we finish them, but we'll get the damn ships done. But at least bring them in. Okay. Darksign 1972 question: does anyone think Starkiller will be required for a new GL? I'll leave that to the panel. Infamous beta tester, not going to touch this one.
I don't think so. I think he might be. Maybe not the next one. If they stay with the cadence of giving us one and then one a month or two later, I think the first one would be maybe a Dad Boyd Boba Fennec type thing rather than needing Starkiller. I think he's too early at this point.
Yeah, I don't think they're gonna. Just a general sense. I don't think they're gonna add Starkiller for GL, right? Which GL would he be tied to?
Leia. He helped start the Rebel Alliance.
That's true. Old General
yeah.
Leia. Okay, I forgot about that. God damn it, Calvin, and your knowledge.
I think it's kind of a stretch. I wouldn't bet on it, but they could easily do it. I mean,
It was part of it, yeah.
they made Mon Mothma required for Jedi Master Luke. I mean, there's not a. I mean, the connection is just about as strong.
Yeah, I mean, many Bothans died to give Calvin that information. All right, Ogie D in the hizzy says, question: if Nihilus gets his ship and it is on par with Executor and is rolled off the same way, what do you think would be the requirements? I know Ranger can't comment on this, but panel?
Unused Sith. Relic 9.
Oh, all the Sith. Gross.
I mean, there's not
Yeah,
much,
it would just be all the. It would be the Sith trio, all the Sith ships, and probably Ebon Hawk as well, just because they're all from the same era.
Sith ships.
all the old Republics.
Yeah.
Republic. All right.
Like it'll be like the Dengar. Like Dengar wasn't a pilot, so you need him R5. It'll be the same thing with Scion. Like you need Scion R7.
There you go. It's true.
Yeah, you'll need Scion. You'll need T3 M4. It'll need to be like Relic 7 or 5.
Okay. Good stuff.
Our team all up. Yeah.
There you go. All right, we're continuing on with the Jedi Academy. Got a lot of people in here today, getting their questions. Well, it could be tonight sometime where it's.
You go to bed, Ranger.
I did the Hydra stream last night. You damn well know I didn't. But no, keep getting your questions in. Also, can you hit that thumbs up? It does help, the channel. So let's see if we can get some more thumbs up. I got. Almost 100 people watching, but only 23 likes. Come on.
Yes.
You do it. Or down, it doesn't really matter, but I'd like to see a little bit more thumbs up. Okay, next question. Okay, where'd my question thing go? There it is. Come here, Nightbot. Don't be a douche. Let's see here. What else in 3? Question: how long before we get the other 19 ships to max out all the capital ships? July. All in July. It's just,
a big drop.
Here's 19 ships, July.
We've got a... Yeah, there'll be an intern working on it at the moment. It'll be out any minute now.
19 ships, the July ship raid.
Imagine that day, though, if they dropped like 19 ships on us in a single day.
I think we would all stroke, yes.
That's broken.
Like what?
Can't wait to hear the people complain. We asked for ships forever, and they finally gave them to all once. Like CG, why can't you get your head on straight?
That would actually be, yeah. Like, so we asked for ships and 19? Sure.
How am I supposed to farm all these at the same time? This is ridiculous.
There's certain content creators that I would love to see their heads explode if that happened.
I would have a befuddled look, like, for real.
Any reason to complain, there it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, but 19 in 1 month, I would be like, damn, what are we reliving 2018?
Stupid,
you remember when 2018 we had the Marquee run, where it was just
Marquee? Oh, dude, that was so good. I loved that.
I hated that so much because it was just too much, man. Like, I had like my whole screen filled with all those characters, like, shit, Who do
I was a new
farm?
player at that time, and that was just really exciting
Yeah,
for me. Like
that's true.
I couldn't farm any of those characters. I couldn't farm any of them. But it was just really cool to see like so much going on in the game.
It was nuts, dude. Oh my god, I remember those times with just panic because, man, the speculation back then of what we were getting. Remember when we thought it was going to be because of Kira and all them with NASA, we were going to get an event with Robo Legs Mall.
Oh
know?
yeah. Robo Legs Mall or Dryden's Boss. That was the other.
That was the other one.
They were all super convinced. It was 5 characters.
Yeah.
Oh, that's true.
Gonna be
and then they didn't do that, and instead we got Jedi Knight Revan for the Old Republic.
That's not.
Yeah.
Bring that up.
Hello, governors.
Oh, hello, Governor.
This driveway is bigger than the last one, so it takes a lot longer to shovel the snow off. I'm telling you that.
So that's why you put salt down ahead of time, Nav, so you don't have to do these kind of things, sir.
Or get a snowblower.
It didn't start snowing until like 1 o'clock this morning.
Well, you get out there at 9 o'clock at night and you throw some salt down, young man, and then you don't have to worry about so much snow.
It's like an inch. It was an inch of snow. I didn't even need to get the snowblower out. I used a shovel.
All right, you shoveled it. Okay, good.
Like a man.
Yeah.
Like a man. Exactly, Calvin. Like a man.
Stuff. Well, trust me, I've done some man shoveling in my day. Trust me.
I would totally snowblow if I could.
Yeah. When you shovel snow, man, you get done and just like...
I shovel because I have to.
You feel like you died. Yeah, it's horrible.
Gotta get exercise somehow.
Okay. Nathan H. question, which SWGOH characters have the best secret knife attack? Well, there's quite a few. I'm glad you brought up because this is my specialty. Of course, the top one is Hunter and his throwing of the knives with his secret knife attack. We then also, don't forget, Bam has his own open knife attack. I call it a secret knife attack because you're thinking, man, he's got whistling birds. He's got all this crazy stuff. Wait, is he pulling out a vibroblade? Secret knife attack. Who else has a secret knife attack? Dark Talon, it's a saber, so secret saber attack. We'll go SSA on that because she does jump behind you and poke you, which is never not bad with her. So I'll take it. Who else has a good secret knife attack ability? Just going through the list of characters.
Queel's kind of, because he's got that little thing in his hand that shot. It's kind of secret because it sneaks up.
He's a sneaky little
puts shock on everyone.
Yeah, a little shocky action.
Secret shock attack.
Secret shock attack, another SSA. I like it. Yeah. Who else? Mary Jade has a secret grenade attack because she goes stealth and throws that. Yeah, there's. But no, those two characters, I appreciate the secret knife attack. They pull out the knife and they go ham on with cutting some flesh, and I appreciate that.
Technically, the Mission Zalbar is a secret knife attack. When Mission goes stealth and throws her little bomb, and then Zalbar comes in.
Yeah, but he's not being secret about it at all. He roars and goes in with that Kassan chop. You know that's coming, and you're in for a world of hurt. So yeah, not very secretive. It's more like I'm going to die now kind of thing. Yeah. You can think of any other ones that have some secret knife attacks. Sure, put them in the chat. All right, here's a great question from Tilo Mad. Tilo, you filthy bastard. You must be working right now. That's the only reason he's not on here right now. Tilo always works, man. That's a hard-working dude, man. Every time I'm like, you want to come on? I got work. Like, God, you're a good dude. All right, Tilo Mad, question. Which character do you guys want most this year to come to the game? Let's go around the panel. All right, BCM. Character you most want, or two, give me one or two, characters you want to see in 2022 SWGOH. Preferably with a secret knife attack. No, I'm kidding, you don't have to do that one.
I actually would like to see Kyle Katarn come into play.
Kyle Katarn? Well, he's already in the game.
Or, I'm sorry, no, Talent, not, oh.
Kyle Kestis?
He was in the X-Wing series, the
Kyle
other
Kestis?
Jedi.
No, never.
No.
Oh, Kip Duran?
No,
Kip Duran? That was
he was in the X-Wing series. He was in Rogue Squadron for a bit. Why can't I think of his name?
Cam Solusar?
I thought it was Talon Card. Or
no, Talon Card's a bounty hunter.
Yeah, no.
Kip.
God, I can't. Give me a second. I got to think of it.
Why don't you go look it up? Yeah, go.
Yeah, he was a pilot and a Jedi. under. He was one of Luke's first Jedi. He was a.
that's
It sounds like
Kip
Kyle Katarn.
Well, Kip
No,
was one.
he was
Kyle was
another
one.
Corellian.
Oh, I know who you're talking about.
Oh,
Oh, what's his name?
You're talking about Corin Horn.
Corn Horn.
That's it,
There you
that's it,
go.
yeah.
Talking
Cornhorn.
about Corin.
I was like,
Horn.
wait,
Yeah, I want to see Cornhorn. I loved him in the
Corin
books.
Horn would be an awesome tank because he had the same
Yeah.
Jedi.
Well, he had that
special abilities as
badass.
Vader.
He had that lightsaber where he took it. He made it out of speeder bike, handlebar,
yep.
and he could turn it and make it twice the length too, and just start slashing through crowds of people, dude. It was dope.
He could absorb blaster fire
Right,
like
he
Vader
was-
could as
he
well.
was-
It was awesome.
Yeah, his powers. I mean, he could do stuff like that, and then telepathy was really strong in the Force, but he couldn't really lift anything with the Force.
No,
was really-
his ability.
all about
he
telepathy and
was
stuff.
so crap at moving stuff.
I love how Ray Rock's first response when we were trying to figure out who it was is a Saw. Yes, have you come to kill me, Jedi Saw who flew an X-wing with Luke.
Hey, it wouldn't hurt to put him in the game.
I would love Saw
It-
Gerrera,
it-
yeah.
It would not hurt to put him in the game because here's the thing: you could legitimately bring him in as dark side rebel because
That'd
he is a
be
rebel,
sick.
but technically he's dark side because he is like
he really hates the Empire.
he does things for the rebellion that they
What
kind
will
of
you
like
become?
shove under the carpet.
Have you come to kill me?
I don't think we've had a character in so many mediums that isn't in the game. Like he is all across the board. He's in
Oh,
movies.
yeah.
He's in,
Yeah,
he's in multiple
He
TV
is.
shows.
Oh, he and all
He's in video
goodness.
games. He's all over the place, and we have nothing of him.
That's
yeah.
right.
We've had him in Rebels. We've had him in Clone
Clone
Wars. We've
Wars,
had him
yeah.
in Bad Batch.
Rogue
We've
One.
had him in we've had him
Yeah.
in live
Law and
action.
Order.
Rogue One.
Yeah.
Law and Order.
Of course, I'd be failing Paul if I didn't mention
Say
Hondo.
Law and Order.
Oh God, Hondo.
Oh, Fallen Order. I thought I heard Law and Order. I'm like, oh, you wouldn't surprise me if he was on NBC's Law and Order.
Oh, hey! You said Law and Order. That
Hey, there
brings
you
up
go.
the obvious. Jimmy, where's Jimmy? Who doesn't love them some Jimmy
all
Smiths?
right.
Come on, who he would be perfect in the
Senator
game.
Jimmy Smith. Let's get him in here. All right.
Senator Jimmy Smiths would be
All
perfect.
All right, let's continue on. Aldous, character or two that you want to see in 2022. The board is yours, sir.
Number one, Marin.
Okay, yes, we've heard Marin. Okay,
We've
give
done
me
it.
another one.
Where are we on? Book of Boba spoilers?
No spoilers.
No spoilers.
Okay.
It's okay though. We already know who you're talking about. If you said that,
Yeah,
Yeah.
I have a pretty good
those
idea.
of us who've seen it.
Most people don't know who the character is anyway.
Yes.
Unless-
No, no,
but
most
still no spoilers.
No, not him. A different girl from
The Warrior.
no, she's not in it yet.
Oh,
My Mother of Dragons.
Right.
A new version.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah,
First
believe
of her
it.
name, Mother of Dragons,
I don't know who this is.
Queen of the Andals.
Those two.
You know the other girl.
The
I love her. I
other
love her.
girl,
I love her.
really,
Yeah,
really
no, but
hot pocket.
I like
one.
it.
Yeah.
But definitely Marin. But yeah, I just like Fallen Order as a game, like it come. But yeah,
Okay.
those two.
Okay. You get 1/4 portion for that response. All right, Nev. You're up, buddy. Who do you want?
Everybody on this page.
No, you get one, you dillhole. Pick one or two. Jesus Christ.
Okay. If I could have one.
God damn,
Or
he's
two.
coming with a Macy's list over here. Like, well, if I go to the men's section, I get these 12. If I go to the ladies section, it's like, Jesus Christ.
Fine. Tag and Bink.
All right. Let's see how hard.
Tag and Bink.
How hard was that? You picked. Do you feel good about your choice?
I feel good about my choice.
Okay.
Yeah.
See how easy that was.
Tag and Bink.
All right. All right, Calvin. What do you got for me, buddy?
So anyone who's heard or asked this question to me before knows my answer, but I know we'll never get it. But Padawan Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Oh, episode 1 Kenobi.
I was wanting like the Qui-Gon Jinn Omicron. Like I had that idea, but it was necessary to have Obi-Wan on the team. Like that's how I thought it would work. Like Qui-Gon would die, and then Obi-Wan would get ticked off and just kill whatever Sith was there.
Yes.
But
I
realistically,
like
like
it.
beyond that, just all the characters that we would have gotten from the Phantom Menace if the Phantom Menace was a new movie. Like, there were so many characters we don't have. Like, give us Jar Jar to rebuild the Padme team.
Oh God,
Captain Panaka.
No.
There's just, a lot of the Naboo Starfighter as well. Like, there's just so much stuff in there. Padme's,
think of something, General Jar Jar. I am up.
Yeah, give me Gungan
Boss
faction.
Nass. Give me Boss Nass.
Boss Nass, Captain Marvel.
Like,
If the game is still around in 2029, that's what they'll do. They'll be like, okay, it's the episode 1 20th anniversary. What episode 1 characters have we not brought to the game? Let's do like 3 a month because you know the game's on its last legs, and they're thinking, let's milk all the episode 1 fanboys, shall we? Before we kill the game.
Let's do it. I'll be here.
Let's see here. Obies says, question, I was able to beat an Ewok node at 1% stamina on hard node with bounty hunters. Did anyone try it? I only had 2 relic to make it quick work of these feats. I typically avoided the Ewoks like the plague. Those little bastards were just out of control. They wouldn't stop taking turns.
They were bugging the
straight bugging, man.
They were bugging. I tried it twice, and I haven't gone back to Conquest since because the Ewoks just kept on bugging the game and freezing it.
Yeah. So,
I mean, it does. I mean, it's quite funny to see it's quite funny seeing a gas dabbing because that's how he would freeze. He would freeze. He was literally freezing dabbing, and it's like, okay, so
Harry Potter is Dobby's friend. All right. Nathan H's question for you, Calvin. He says, how did Calvin succeed versus opponents with more GP and GLs? Well, give him the trick of the trade there. Tell him your secret sauce ways of being undefeated there, Calvin.
So I don't want to be mean, but
no, be mean. We know why.
The last couple opponents that I faced, who all like they had a ton of stuff that I didn't have, like multiple GLs, over hundreds of relic levels or something like that. And the answer is just they weren't competent. Like one of them, he took all 6 of his Galactic Legends on offense and had to use 4 of them to get through my Gas and Maul team. Like it's just like something that in a real competitive match would never happen. The second guy, yeah, it's just like the dude didn't want to beat me. If he legitimately wanted to and took the time to look at the counters or whatever, that both my last 2 opponents would have beaten me, but neither of them cleared a wall. Just because they weren't really that invested in the game mode.
No, you scared them.
But definitely, I mean, I think we'll just go with that though. One of the best ways to beat people that are larger than you is to know and have more counters down than they do. That's you can have all the big stuff, but if you don't know how to use it, it means nothing.
Yeah, that's true. And mods are a big factor. We talk about it all the time.
Yeah, well, a ton of counters are mod dependent. Like so and so team won't beat the other team if your character doesn't hit X amount of speed.
Yeah. And it's really about, you got to work on mods. Listen, guys, I suffer mod depression, and every stream I do, it's not fun. It's great enjoyment for the fans, I must say, seeing me cry tears of sadness. But I still do it, and that's why I have the mods that I do. So it is what it is. It's the law of the land. All right. Country Mouse Tech VT says, question, they need to make the old Conquest prize tunes and ships energy farmable from somewhere. Yeah, we talked about that already. I think we don't need to discuss that. Like it's overdue. So
needs to happen.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Darsign 1972 question for the panel. When do you think phase 2 of the gear changes will happen? Secondly, what change would you like to occur with phase 2? Well, we still have to round out phase 1 where they put the stuff in the shard stores still, where you have those consistent.
Were we supposed to get like permanent double drops on hard nodes as well?
Something along those lines. So there's that, and I think the shard store is supposed to have like where you have stun guns, Corbanti stun guns in there permanently, where you can just every time it refreshes, they're there, right? There's just that line of gear that you can always get that you need, right? Those common pieces that you may be short on. So I think that's the last part of phase 1. Phase 2, I don't know, man. I mean, I know there's at least a couple more phases, but you know, when they're going to implement it. I'm pretty sure it's coming sometime this month. I think we got a Road Ahead or State of the Galaxy coming this month as well. I'm hoping they address this because this needs to be picked up a little bit. I mean, don't get me wrong. The first part of the gear changes were fantastic, man. God bless America.
Oh yeah, it's very good.
Oh, so many black eyeballs now. Stun guns, stun cuffs. Oh God, it's been great. You know what gets me in the ass now? Those goddamn binoculars and Cheetah comlinks, man. Every time, dude.
That's how gear crunches work. As soon as you lose one thing, it's just going to go to another. That's the name of the game.
I'm looking at Hoth Rebel Scout like, I don't farm that crap because you didn't need it. But then when you need it, like, you don't have it. It's like, Jesus. Really? Those goddamn binoculars came out and bit me in the ass again with Hoth Rebel Scout. I'm like, you bastards again. Ugh. All right.
Well, the other thing would be is I wonder if they do it like... if they would add, well, I mean, there's certain pieces we still have like 10,000 of or whatever. You have to merge those, kind of like the salvage, but you can merge those into the newer gear piece.
Yeah, I hate to tell you this, but as you farm these GLs, your salvage is going to go to zero.
Oh yeah.
I mean, for 6 GLs, an Executor, a Luke, and a bunch of other stuff, and I'm getting ready to do Starkiller and the rest of these knuckleheads. I'm salvage poor where I used to have, like you said, BCM, tens of thousands of pieces of gear. They've gone bye-bye. They will go bye-bye. Very quickly.
Those ones that were in tens of thousands when they first brought relics out, and I'm rubbing my hands together thinking, oh my God, yeah. Those tens of thousands of stacks are now down to the 4s, 3s, and the 2s.
Yeah.
I mean, I've still got 4s, 3s, and 2s, which is great.
I don't know how new players do it because I had all that quantity of stuff, and I'm just now poor. But, ooh.
Even just coming to the game 2 years late, I felt it super quick. I think I felt it after my second GL.
Oh, I bet you did, man. Goodness gracious. All right, Liboka, my home slice, says, good morning. Zam's Omicron gives 20% offense protection, health, speed to allies. Best mod for her, speed, health, or health, offense, or other. You can go... I like potency just because of what she does and the speed set because it transfers with good offensive secondaries, or you can go offensive set with high speed. Again, that 20% speed transfer is going to be important. So if you can get a speed set with her around 300, offense set with the speed, if you slice to around 300, but high offense and, like protection primaries health, you can do that. If you don't have those kind of mods, then go with speed set with good offense secondaries, mainly focusing on, again, health, protection, that kind of thing, in the secondaries as well, because that will transfer over. I don't think that's pretty straightforward. 20%, and then when you get to 60% GAC, boy, that's a hell of a lot better, baby. Let me tell you something. 60%, baby.
It is nice, isn't it, Ranger?
I have the Omicron now. I'm going to have fun with it.
No, I'd very much like to put that nom-nom on my Zam Wessel, but unfortunately, I put it on a Qui-Gon Jinn.
I have that one now, too.
and Qui-Gon Jinn doesn't do it anymore, so I want my nom-noms
he's still
back.
He's going to destroy... He's not going to destroy GLs, but he's still going
I've
to...
got both,
that was why I nom-nommed him.
Oh, God.
I put the nom-noms. I put the nom-noms
one of those?
Qui-Gon Jinn.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
And now he doesn't do it. I want my nom-noms back.
Well, you're not going to get it. And that's the way you... And that's
I deserve my nom-noms back.
You don't deserve it.
Did you put it on after they told us that they were going to change it?
Did you put it on after... Or did you put it on?
Of course, I didn't put it on after they told us that they were going to change it. I put it on way before. I did say if you put it on like right when it came out, and that was expectation.
Because they told us like a day after, like it wasn't working as intended.
I put the nom-nom on Qui-Gon Jinn because he could take out slackers, right? And I had 3 GLs, but my JMK didn't have the ultimate, and I wanted to be able to put GLs
now you got
on
the ultimate. What's the problem?
I don't have the ultimate on my JMK.
Go kill a Darth Revan or a CLS. Hey.
The point is, I spent 20 of an extremely rare material on a character to do a specific task. They changed that character. It no longer does that specific task. I want my fucking nom-noms back.
Well, you're not going to get it, and I'm going to make sure they don't, just so you can be angry.
You can do that. I'm going to spam the crap out of the forums until I get my nom-noms back.
And I'm going to find you and say, hey, now spam it again. Illuminati, get him. Wait, you don't like me? What do you mean, Illuminati? You don't like me? It's Nev. Oh man. Okay, there goes my nom-noms.
I want them back.
All right, let's see here.
Ranger, can I add on to the Zami Omicron?
Yeah, go for it.
Also be careful, obviously, different leaders. Anytime you're facing it or anytime you're placing it, decide whether you want to put Boss Elite or Django. It does vary because it's on unique. Obviously, it's quite valuable as a
awesome.
Omicron.
Yeah.
So you can move it around, but so even though the question about modding Zami, don't ignore that you actually need to have the others relatively fast as well to get the boost ahead.
Yes.
Yeah. You got to have.
Do not do
boss
that.
has got to be 320 or higher to really take advantage of that. Django, Grave, those characters that need that speed, absolutely. Now the team that I'm actually going to be using Zam with is Zam for is Dabba Boba Fett, because Dabba, Boba Fett, and Fennec are not super fast, but I'm thinking in GAC because of how ridiculous. Because she gets Hunter's Resolve, right? So I'm thinking of putting Zam on that team for a second bounty hunter team with Greedo, Dengar, go for like a thermal detonator team, or you can go like the Vet Brothers on that because they're still scoundrels and stuff. And with the bonus from Zam and GAC, you can have a really dope ass secondary team if you have Dabba Boba Fett. So that's kind of what I'm kind of anticipating using them for. Delicious. All right. Skywalker Vader, good Canadian friend, eh? Hey, there he is, drinking that good Canadian whiskey. Says, I got it to fix ships. We need USS Enterprise. Laughing out loud. Good morning, guys. Picard says, be quiet, Harry. Use the Force. All right, moving on. Chee, the engineer shares this question. What about in Conquest? They put 1 feat on every battle node for one extra fourth star, like win undersized, win with rebels, win with 2 Ewoks, surviving, etc. That way there's more using full rosters. Problem with that is this thing called overprepared engineer. So they could put those feats in there, but if that team doesn't get a chance to take a damn turn, you can make it a little hard for those feats. I don't know.
They would have to leave a lot more wiggle room.
Yeah, they would.
Between the max crate and the max amount of key cards you could get. Like if they did that in our scenario where you could skip out on some of the bigger feats by doing those,
sure,
it wouldn't be so bad. But if it was one of those like, all right, you have to do 70% of these or you don't get max crate, then people would just be pissed.
Yeah, that's a good point, man. Oh god. All right, question from Nathan H. Mustang Grid says, is the pass worth it if I only get to the 3rd best box? Is a large gear bundle a better or worse deal than the $9.99 pass? Large gear bundle. What is the large gear bundle? Is that the $19.99? Which one's the large gear bundle?
I don't know.
Is a large gear bundle a better or worse deal than the $9.99 pass? I don't think
I got the game up and let me check.
So let me put it this way. So let's talk about the $9.99 pass just in its isolation, right? If you're not able to beat hard node with it, it only gets like the 3rd box. I don't think the $9.99 pass is worth it because you're not going to be able to take advantage of getting those higher rewards. So you need to think about that as well, because you're not even getting the extra shards of Maul and Boba Fett, Sign of Django, if you're not even able to climb up. So I don't know if it would be worth it for the $9.99.
The 3rd best boss is possibly on the bubble. It's probably right at that. So yeah, but it's at the tipping point, I think, where if you can manage 1 more or 2 more of the nodes, I mean, it's right on it. I possibly maybe not, because if you're getting the 3rd best box and you're probably talking maybe 5 conquests to get Oba.
I think it's more than that.
Or 6. So the amount you accelerate it is not going to be massive by getting that.
Did you guys see the crystal calendar?
No.
I did, yeah.
Is there a crystal calendar?
Yeah, $9.99 for 30 days for 1475 crystals.
Oh, there it is.
$10.
Is that worth it?
Actually, I mean, it's slightly better. Actually, we'd have to do the math with the vault. I think that would be the way to do it.
So let me check the vault here. So for,
because if it's not better than that, then definitely not.
$9.99 gets you 1340 crystals if you just did a one-time purchase. So this one gets 1475.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's a better deal.
Over 30 days, yeah.
Yeah, over 30 days, that's not bad, right? For $9.99, that's not bad, right? Yeah, it's 10% more crystals, it says. I missed that part. So yeah. Did you see the large galactic bundle he's talking about?
There's a large galactic upgrade kit for $20.
Is that the one with the energy?
Yeah.
Yeah,
You got
that one's
750 energy.
That's worth it. That get that every time, man. That thing is absolutely worth it. That energy and rewards in there, that is a hell of a good deal. That 1999 pack is absolutely worth it. That is a really good pack. Even for you low spenders out there, that is one worth it. The energy, the gear that comes with it, everything, it is fantastic. Even Nev could buy that and be happy.
Yeah, but I wouldn't.
How dare you, sir? All right. Nathan H's
I got a
question.
Razor Crest back.
Hey, wait a quest. Nathan H says, question for the panel. What sauce or seasoning would you put on a grilled pork? I'm going to go with very hot, spicy, to kind of Louisiana hot sauce, kind of hot, so barbecue. Barbecue just is good with everything. Let's just barbecue the porgs. We'll have a very spicy barbecue-y meal, and then we'll drink bourbon. Anybody having a problem with that? I'll cook the porgs. I'll grill them, smoke it, barbecue it, season it.
No.
You say porks or porgs?
Porgs.
Porg.
Yeah, this is not pork. This is porgs. These are little chicken things that
There you go.
Chewy didn't have. Yeah. So yeah.
I would do more of a cheese, or I'm not so very hot myself. I don't do hot, but a mild.
Hot, man. Come on, man.
I can't do
We got to
it.
build. We got to
It
build up your
hurts.
tolerance. That's the point, man. It's an aphrodisiac. Come on.
It's an average.
Yeah, sure it is. It's chicken, so yeah, anything good go good on chicken.
All right.
I can argue with that.
Big wusses. All right, Skywalker Vader question. I'm working on Maul 345 speed. Bless you. Nev. Bless you. Jesus, dude. Get it out. Get out the demons. Exercise those demons.
Exercise the demons.
All right, question. I am working on Maul 345 speed Mandalorian team. What team should I be able to counter? Oh, quite a lot. Just throw a good old Watt on there. You can beat that snot out of pretty much most things. Because Watt, no matter, since Watt takes a turn, you have Frenzy. Maul goes, and once that team gets a rocket, man, woo, it's nice, it's delicious. I mean, you can beat a lot of stuff with that team on offense. Pretty kit, 345 speed, yeah. I like it on defense, but yeah.
I do too. It held a lot for me.
Yes,
It depends on the full comp, but you're looking at beating C, Gas, CLS, and Darth Revan. Like those are the four that they'll be able to beat again if you have the right comp.
Right. You got to have Watt, fast Maul, but the rest, I mean, you can have a gear 12 canners. He's just going to keep shooting over and over, and they're going to get turn meter and protection, and you're going to get full max banners. If you go first and you take advantage, barring RNG messing with you, and it can happen. You've all heard me go dodge, so that can happen. Don't undersell it. But other than that, yeah, you'll do quite well. Skylar Graviter says, question, would guys like to see character skins come to the game? I don't know how I feel about this one.
Don't really care for them.
Yeah, not really.
If they came, whatever, but I'll never
I wouldn't
ask
be
for
really.
them.
I've never been a big. The only time I ever cared about any kind of skins in the game, like outfits, was when I played the Old Republic. That's because they just had those badass like Tulak Horde, and you can get those outfits. Of course, I wouldn't found the pieces or bought the pieces. I got those, man. So I was like, $20, yeah, give me Tulak Horde. I want to look dope, right? So. And they had stuff like your lightsabers and all that kind of stuff. It was kind of cool, but you had to pay some money for it initially.
I mean, in the Force Unleashed, it was kind of cool getting different outfits for the different zones. But
yeah,
this game, I don't think it really.
I don't think it's conducive.
Fits.
Yeah, especially when they keep adding different characters and the look of that character for that each iteration of the character.
I think that's the issue. They can't market a new character to keep giving you all the skins for him.
Right. I agree.
No. I mean, they did something like that for, what was it? Future Revolution, another game. They have different costumes, but they added different stats.
Oh,
it was more like RPG, so you could have like the certain zone armor on, and it gives you like plus attack or whatever. But I don't think they could pull that off in this game.
All right. Momon the Don, what's going on? It's this question: are we due for a new Dark Side TB? Nobody can max Light Side, but do you think we are ready to move past Dark Side GOTB? No.
Nope.
Because their guilds are still not getting 33 stars on that. Yeah, they're beating it, but they're not getting the max stars still. There's a lot of guilds that are trying to get to that 33 star for the max rewards on Dark Side. And then Light Side, man,
You just don't have the ship
You
GP
just
to
don't
do it.
have the GP, man. It's
No,
stupid.
it's not even close either. Like we need 10 million per person, and we have 4. A max account has 4.
Right.
So we need either they need to adjust the stat, or we need over twice the amount of ships that we currently have in game.
It's ludicrous, dude. I mean, you think about that number, you're like, God damn. I mean, say like a ship. What's the average ship GP? Like
I have no idea.
200K, maybe.
Yeah. Okay. Let me look at one ship. Your standard ship, Razor Crest. How much GP is on Razor Crest? 76,000. We would need what's 76,000 into 6 million. That just tells you how much ships
We need like 80 of them.
Yeah. So
it's a very big number.
No, that's not counting capital ships, because capital ships are a little bit more. But let's go see what a capital ship is. Let me go look here real quick. Let's just pick one. Let's just go with the Negotiator.
we need over double.
Oh, it's only 78,000 too, so it's not really that much either. Jesus Christ! And damn.
There's 80 ships coming in August. That's that launch. That's the second.
Well,
launch.
we're getting 19 in July. So.
19 July. The other 61 come in August, I think.
Sure.
Definitely.
Oh.
It is broken. I agree that we're not getting a new. I just don't think they're working on new territory battles.
I don't think they really need to. Like everyone was saying, like there's a very small margin of guilds that are getting 33 stars, and even among them, there's even a smaller margin that are doing that while doing the WAT mission.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, we're lucky, and I'm in a 260 plus guild, almost 300 mil.
Yeah.
And we're getting like 15 on light side, and we haven't maxed out dark side either. So.
Yeah. Anyway, we're 390. I stopped looking. And we get 33 in dark side, but man, light side, we're 29, 30 stars. I mean, there's not much more you can do, especially because of the ships. It's like, okay, all right, it is what it is, bastards. All right, XO question: when are we getting fleets in Conquest? God damn, I knew this question was coming. Damn it, XO. God, why'd you got to ask this? Man?
I would not be
Damn
surprised if we got this time.
No, don't say that. I don't want that. Damn it, Calvin. Don't be giving them ideas. We have to pretend like we didn't hear it. Oh, no. Oh, God,
I don't think they will. They need to flesh out the ships before they do that.
God, do 40 battles with the bounty hunters. God, I could just see it now. I'm going to throw up. Oh,
everyone's
God.
But you're all asking for variety. We want variety. Okay, here's ships. Oh,
yeah. Be careful what you wish for.
Yeah.
How about now?
No. Because if they put ships in, they'll put some stupid bone feat that requires you to do the ship 20 times just to get a feat.
100.
That'll just piss off even more people.
100 kills with Houndstooth.
It'd be like contraband cargo, where you can only use cargo ships.
Oh no, that's gross. I feel gross. Damn it. Well, that's a sad ending.
They
to
could do it.
Academy.
I can see they could do it, and they would sprinkle an occasional ship in on the hard path to get the better data disk.
Sure.
And if you wanted to avoid it, you could just totally avoid it. Yeah, but I don't even know how feats would work in that respect. Or discs.
I know how they would work badly.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm going to throw that word out there. God.
Mostly.
Mostly. They mostly suck to do. Mostly. God. Oh, good old Newt from Aliens. They mostly come out at night. Mostly. All right. Let's see if there's any more questions. I am not seeing any more questions, which is a good time because now it's time to pimp your stuff. I'll get to you last, Alice, because we're going to be jumping over to ship to your channel here soonish. We'll just go from Nev and work our way that way. The Nev. Hello, GA Center co-host.
Hello, GA Center co-host.
Pimp your stuff, my friend.
Okay, so Friday show as usual. All on Twitch, and then obviously
That's
Ranger
true.
and I do GAC on Thursday nights. Obviously not this coming Thursday night because GAC starts. But the following Thursday night
the
we'll
one
be
after.
back.
Yeah, we'll be doing it.
And
again.
we're going to try something new in that if you're like a big fanboy of a very specific content creator, let's say you're in chat and you religiously watch Aldous Sandfly do his
I don't know
GAC
why, but,
live.
yeah.
And you'd like to make a report for how he did during the week, and have yourself record it and us play it on the show. Roasts are allowed, but please use nice language.
Yes.
Because we
Say poop.
Yeah, say poop, not
don't-
the S word.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Because I can
You-
say
You
shy,
can use
this is my
British
channel.
swear words.
Yeah.
You can use British swear words.
Certain ones
because we
don't
can
use.
get away with that.
Yeah, certain ones don't use. There's one that comes to mind where I'm like, yeah, don't use that one. That's not gonna
No,
go.
yes, there are certain ones you can
you're
use.
gonna get us in
certain
big
ones you
trouble.
can't use.
Yeah,
See, cockwomble's fine. Tosser, fine.
bloody tosser.
Wanker,
Those are fine. But there's certain ones I'm
bloody.
just like, yeah, let's not even think about it. All right. So check out Nev on the Escape Pod cast. All right.
Cast. Yeah, and GAC, of course.
That's right. The Country Viking BCM. Where can folks check you out, my friend?
Well, besides lunch streams every now and then, Bug and Ranger,
That's right.
I am on.
Everyone's always welcome for that.
Oh yeah, I'm on Twitch. I do GAC, and I'm gonna start doing some other things here too. But
That's right. He's going to be playing G.I. Joe. All right. Next up, we've got Calvin Awesome, who decided that he will never lose GAC again. Calvin, where can people see your ridiculous win streak continue on at?
I always stream on Twitch, Calvin_awesome. I pretty much only do my GAC streams at this point, and I do that on Saturday at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, as well as Sunday and Wednesday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
I need to join you for one of those, man, but it seems like I do Jedi Academy, then I usually, when GAC's kicking, I'm going right into GAC right after that, and then it's like, you start, I'm pretty burned out after about 4 or 5 hours of streaming, man. So it's like,
No, you've been in chat here and there. It's been good.
Yeah, I watch. I'm constantly, when I'm not streaming, I've got other streamers. I may not be, it's hard for me to respond because I'm doing other stuff, but I'll have like you up, I'll have Gom up, I'll be listening, and if I can, I'll jump in Mort, and then watch all you other guys while I'm doing Morts and stuff. So try to be supportive, so I support the homies and homettes. Aldous, well, my friend, guess you're up. Where can folks check you out at? Because they should go check out, because right after this, we're going to your channel.
Yeah, 100%. So stream on Twitch at the moment under Welcome to Sandflies. So the same as the chat name here on YouTube. And we're going to spend a couple of hours with Ranger joining me on my channel now in about 5 minutes time. I hit live.
Well, a little bit. I need a bathroom break, so let's do that before they. You can start. Jump in.
I can start. You can join. You can join whenever. Where we're just going to chat about modding, and he's going to help me mod my roster. Have a bit of a refresh. I've never done it before, so no idea what to find, but we'll probably run through basics. But yeah, join us over for a few beers.
A lot of yelling and screaming, I think, is about to commence. So if you want to go see Payne
and muting as I mute him. 7.6 million roster, 4 GLs, about to be 5 soon. Yeah, we're 8-4 in the season. Yeah, come over, chill out.
Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. So, what's your total GP? Right around where I'm at, right?
We're at the same point then, Aldous. 4 GLs.
You're 7.6.
Yeah, I'm 7.4.
Yeah.
Yep.
How you might run into me, close. Calvin. You might run into us, and I hope not. I would suck if I won, Calvin, if we did face each other, just because I have more GP and stuff.
That would be so funny, though.
No, it wouldn't. I would feel.
You've been talking me up for so long, and then you beat me. That would be like that would be poetic justice.
I'm a dick. God, that'd be such a dick move, man. I would hate that. Seriously, because no, that wouldn't work for me, man. There's no way. I don't want to win because I had a. You'd have
to try, Ranger.
Oh, I would try. I'd hate it, dude. It was like, I beat Calvin.
I would be happy.
I beat Calvin because I had all this extra goodie stuff. He didn't have Star Killer. Oh, he lost. Well, that's the way it goes. That's not the way I want to win. I want us to be even Steven and then go at it like men.
That's the same with the game now, Ranger.
I know. It's caca doo doo. All right. Anything else? I'm just looking. No, I think that's it. So we're gonna go flip over on. If you want, Alex, we can just keep this Zoom open if you want to use that. I mean,
I can do.
Yeah, we'll just keep it here, and then you can just share your screen here. Make it easy. Keep it simple, Simon. Nev, everybody's welcome to stay on all this. I'm sure it doesn't mind us, you guys hanging out. Nev, unless you have breakfasts to make and coffee to drink, and PC, you're more than welcome to stay.
I need to go have a shower. I just shoveled driveway.
Oh, it looks like you took a shower. Oh, that's man
Dude, I
perspiration. That's good stuff right there, Nev. That's
Somebody
man
just
stuff.
asked. I'm gonna pull up. I don't know if I can post anything in chat.
Aldous, send me your message me in Discord what your channel is for Twitch, and I'll post it in the chat. Well, you've got don't you have the wrench there, BCM?
No, I think you took it from me. Infinity
I
gave
didn't take
to
it
me
from
a
you.
long time ago.
I did not take it from you.
Everyone
Get the hell
stole
out of
it.
here. Here, just type something in chat. I'll give it to you.
Yeah.
Oh, no, Poby got it. Poby won Kenobika, but still,
there you go.
BCM put it.
Here's Pobs.
Yeah, go ahead, BCM. Type something in chat real quick. I'll give you the wrench. Hold on, let's get this fixed before we move on. Look at Poby won. Not only does she secret knife attack, but she's on it. That's why she's my hero.
Oh yeah.
Go, Poby.
Did you type
Hello,
in?
Pobs.
Did you type in
Yeah,
chat, BCM?
I did. It should. pop
Okay,
up here.
there's test.
There it
Okay, it
is.
was taking a second. Okay. Let's. There you go. You're a moderator. That means I expect you're gonna have to get with Poby. She'll give you a crash course on secret knife attacking, but you know,
Oh yeah.
learn from the master. She knows what's up. So, all right. There's the link to Aldous. We're gonna go jump over there now. So we'll see you guys on a few minutes. So thank you for joining. Make sure you hit the thumbs up, subscribe. Do me a favor. Check out these other content creators. They come here on a Saturday all the time, different ones. They spend their time and their dime. Get anything for this? But do me a favor. If you want to show some love to these guys, go to their channel. Follow them. Watch some of their stuff. It does help them. It makes a difference. So please do that. I mean, just say thank you for being here, right? So it'd be greatly appreciated by me if you did that. Besides seeing the thumbs up and subscribe, that's all great for us. But I mean, we got to go show some love for these awesome content creators. Except Nev, because I'm with him all the time. I'm joined at him at the hip, man. Like, if you watch me, you watch me and Nev, man. Why did you give me the bird? I was just saying we're always together. You don't need to go follow
I was just
Nev,
pushing my glasses up my face.
all right. Definitely go unsubscribe from Nev. Wednesday. Trying to pimp. Actually, that hurts me because they all watch me and you do GA Center and stuff. So, okay. So,
Yeah.
All right. Nev's gonna go
GA Center does GAC. We'll have to do that again.
Yeah,
that was fun.
The GAC Center. Oh, God. We're stupid. And I'm really stupid. All right, everyone have a great rest of your day. If you don't see us on Aldous, then we'll be back Monday on RSG for some more lunch stream shenanigans. And we stream all the time. So if you want some streaming action, trust me, we got plenty for you in different games and modes and stuff. So, well, if not, on Aldous channel, we'll see you guys on Monday. So everyone have a great rest of your weekend. Enjoy yourselves. And we will see you when we see you. Peace out.